Let me know when you are ready. It's you I'm waiting for. 2 minutes is too long. Okay, okay, maybe we start. You join us. Go ahead.
ABJ Nigeria, very beautiful evening to you out there. These are forces with the 107.7 FM, the authentic voice of the Nigerian military. My name is Joseph Abuja. How are you doing? So, to formally welcome you to the program Homemaker on our Forces Radio. Happy New Year! Happy New Year in the sense that today happens to be the first year time we're starting the program Homemaker on our Forces Radio 107.7 FM. So, hope this year will be better. And of course, we are here at the poised to make your interesting the day more interesting as long as the program is concerned. Of course, this is what AfroCity represents all the time to make sure we bring to you programs such as this for your listening pleasure. So, on today's edition of the program, it's about new beginning. All right, it's about new beginning. What are your goals? Setting goals, set the right steps to take to achieve your goals. As a family, it's very important. When it comes to family, we all understand family is not just made up of one person. The father is there, the mother. If it is an extended family, we understand how it also works. But we all know that for a family to work out, there must be a role. Everyone has to come together, to play your role. That's a father, a mother, that's a daughter, okay, and so on. You understand how the system works. Okay, on today's edition of the program, of course, I have with me in the studio, well-known personality, of course. Personally, I find it difficult to introduce to you to someone already known by you. But for the sake of those that are joining us for the first time, my guest, of course, is well-known to many of you as a relationship coach, family counselor, family coach, marriage coach, and so on and so forth. So, must say it's a great privilege to have with me in the studio Mrs. Elizabeth Samsedi. She is the founder of Pure Heart Family Development Foundation right here in Abuja. It's nice to have you in the program.
Thank you, Hope. Hello, listeners, and Happy New Year. It's good to be back.
Also have with me in the studio Mr. Raymond Nabangi. I don't know what is Indian.
I'm Indian. Semi-Indian.
Nigerian.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I'm happy to be back. You're welcome, Miss Class, and Happy New Year.
Okay, so we hope this year will be bombed in the sense that I know you already prepared. After a lot of your work on social media,
yes,
and of course I always wow, this man is so loaded.
We thank God.
All right, so we are looking at new beginning. So what is it all about?
Okay, Hope. Thank you so much. Like you have said, it's a new year, and we are starting afresh. 2023 has gone, and this is 2024. We know that as humans, we have plans, we have dreams, we have inspiration every year. And like you already also know, this is the time of New Year resolutions. It used to be a tradition. I don't know if it's so much tradition as it used to be. I think it's naturally, I think it's fading because I think people are beginning to know that it's not just
about the New Year
about, yes, in quotes, the New Year resolution that it is. It's far beyond just announcing, making a list of things that you want to achieve and say these are the things I want to do or I want to achieve, or and just writing them down is beyond that. You really have to. We're in a timing, a period where we have to be very, very deliberate about what we do. All right. So, like I was saying, it's a period where, yes, everybody did not achieve what they had aimed to achieve, the goals they aimed to achieve last year, 2023. This is 2024. So, the good thing is that every year is a beginning of starting afresh, starting again. All right. Whatever it was, maybe that job that you had inspired to get, you have probably gone to a couple of interviews. You were not employed. You attained. You were not able to attain getting married. So a lot of people wanted to settle down or have children. So many different things. So it's a time that yes, that time the year has gone and gone forever. It's not coming back. It's another opportunity. We believe that for those of us that are alive, it's another opportunity that God has given us to start again, and work harder, be more determined in achieving whatever it is that we want to achieve. There's a saying that if you want if you want to see different results, you do things differently. So look back, all right, rather than just take a pen and paper and write. These are the things I want to do this year. These are the bad habits I don't want to do this year, which are good anyway for those that are able to keep, to that. Is to, like, okay, in which area? Maybe in this area I didn't do enough. Maybe you were aiming to have admission into a higher institution or whatever kind of level of study. Maybe you didn't study enough. Just take a look back, go through a sober reflection, and look back and think of the areas maybe you didn't press hard enough. Areas you felt, maybe areas you were weak, you were not strong when you ought to have been strong, you were not strong enough. Take a look at maybe you were in a relationship that went sour. Look at yourself, view yourself, and look back into that relationship. What did you put in? What were you supposed to put in? What investments were you supposed to invest in it emotionally or whatever? What areas did you fail? What did you fail to do? So that you can improve yourself in these areas generally, all right? And work on them, and so that you can get better results. Most especially the families, that is our area. We are very particular as far as the family is concerned. Hope there's hunger out there.
Okay, including I'm facing hunger too.
There's hunger, there's starvation, there's hardship. A lot of people this season didn't it didn't go down well. The season did not go down well with them. Because yes, that's the Yuletide season. Yeah, the Christmas stroke New Year, exactly. So as parents, what are we supposed to do? Sit down. It's a time of planning. Like we said, of course, when you are starting afresh, you have to plan. There's a saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. All right? Sit down with your spouse, with your wife. You have children. How do you go about it? What do you do? Okay, you are not employed. Okay, you don't have business. So go on. How do you survive? It's not a period where we let loose. We just sit down, leave it to chance. This is not an era. It's not a period where we leave ourselves or our families or our children, our finances. It's not. We don't leave it to, okay, as it be, anyhow it be. No, we have to. What do we want? We have to set goals ahead. This is what we want to achieve this year. This is what we want in whatever area. Then we deliberately focus on them, work on them to achieve them better than last year.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll still get back to you, Mrs. Elizabeth Samsedi, to tell us the steps to take now. Do you okay, Mr. Raymond, let's look at this. Mrs. Samsedi, Elizabeth did mention starting afresh. So starting afresh, does it mean to abandon the ones you started like 2023, to start up a new thing, or to continue from where you stopped?
Okay, thank you very much.
To get close to the mic, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So starting afresh may mean abandoning the previous things if they were negative.
Okay.
If they didn't enable you to achieve positive results, then you abandon them. But in another hand, it can as well mean re-strategizing. She talked about a period of sober reflection. You think about the past, what were the things that you thought you would have done differently? Like she said earlier on, that you can't do a particular thing same way and hope to achieve a different result. So to me, it's all about planning, sitting and planning. So once you plan and then you look for the steps to achieving the goals that you have set. This year, it's a new beginning, it's a new year, and it's what people are saying is that the motto for this year says no grief for anybody. No grief for anybody this year. Now, don't be surprised a wife may go home and the husband will do something and say, oh, it's a new year. They say no grief for anybody this year. Husband too will come and say,
that person doesn't apply in marriage.
Exactly.
About the family, it can apply anywhere. Children can come and say, daddy, they say, oh, no grief for anybody this year. So because it's a new beginning. But then, when they say no grief for anybody, I think it means letting go of negative things. No grief for failure, no grief for disappointment. And how will you not agree to disappointment? It's by working hard. It's by not agreeing to idleness, not agreeing to bad friends. So when you sit down and you look at all these things and see how they affected your life negatively in the previous years or last year, you look at a different way to approach these things this year. That is what starting afresh means to me.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Raymond. Ms. Sam said you made mention of looking at how to come up with, family is the key. When it comes to agent of change or agent of socialization, we know we have, the agent, the churches, we have the media, we have the family, which plays the number one role when it comes to agents of change. What are the steps should family take now? Or persons, let it family, because one person can represent the family. Also, so what are the right steps to take now?
Okay, when you talk of family, definitely a family is owned by or is created or is commenced by two people. That's the man and the wife, the husband and the wife. Definitely, when if we're looking at it from a family perspective, just like you have asked, the man is the head of the family, and of course the wife is there to, of course, as a helpmate to always assist and support, work towards making him being able to achieve whatever goals, for the home and the family. And let's not forget also that now it's not like when those days when it was just men that would just go and work and come provide for the family. It says we're in an era now, women also work, women also provide for the family. All right, so this is why they both need to sit down. One on one, just like you and I are beside each other. They sit down to talk. Like I have said, they iron out, fetch out the areas where they feel they had failed, or where they were not able to meet up or achieve whatever it is. Probably they wanted to build a house. They didn't achieve that. They wanted to buy a new car. They didn't achieve that. They wanted to change their children's school, or their child is going to the higher institution, or and all that. They sit down, iron them, and one by one they write down if possible. Because writing down is also good. It helps to it helps not to forget. Because if you just talk about them, after a while, due to whatever kind of challenge, you can just like forget about them. All right. So there's even also a saying that if you have a vision, it's good to
write it down.
Yes, it's always good to write
good
down.
Good vision. Some people are planning to divorce this year. That's something that's upsetting. No grief for anybody. Say this year, I will not take it again this year. This year, I will fight for divorce this year. I won't take it again. So another perhaps that
my own aspect of no grief for divorce. No such thing. So when you sit down, you talk about them, you write them down, then you set deadline. Like, okay, between now, this is January. By the end of January, let's achieve this. Or by the first quarter, which is March, right? Let's achieve this. By the time you do that, you will sit down to make these plans. Whatever all your finances, you will have sat down to agree that this is what we want to as a family. All right. It's also applicable to an individual. All right. This is what I want to achieve, meaning that you have to be very, very your spending. You have to be prudent in spending, channeling all your finances towards a goal. Now you have goals that you want to achieve. You don't spend anyhow. You don't just throw money. It's not a time to do that. Mostly in a home, in a family. When you have children to feed, when you have accommodation to settle, when you have school fees, when you have clothing, there are a lot of things to do with money. All right, and on a daily basis, new things come, things that you never bargained for, that you don't expect. Expenses come on a daily basis. So because you don't just you have to be careful the kind of expenses that you spend money on.
Has it to do with saving?
To deviate, exactly.
To save,
saving. Yes, that's keeping the money aside for whatever it is that you have decided to do between now and the end of January, or between now and the end of March. Then also another aspect is that you have to learn to develop yourself.
Self-development.
Yes, self-development. Either get a skill, maybe because there's that job you wanted, you were not skilled enough, you had not, there was a certain qualification you ought to have gotten, either academically or just mere skills, acquiring a training. You have to try and do that, so that because that had cost you that for last year. So in order for it not to cost you again this year, you have to, go acquire a skill, work on yourself, and develop yourself, your children, whatever it is, that whoever it is that your goal, is then you take steps. Take it one step at
It's
a
a
time.
time, okay?
You can't
Achieve all.
there are so many things. I'm sure you have a long list. You
Mm.
can't do all of it at once.
Mm.
And rather than you start this off, they're all hanging,
Hanging,
and you
yeah.
can't achieve
Finish any.
exactly. You can't finish each and every one of them at the same time. So you take them, step by step.
Mm.
You get this one, you
Tick it on your list.
on your list, tick it. You get this achieved, then you go to the other one,
Next one.
and like that, and like that, life will be easier when it's
You're
done that
taking
way.
step at a
Yes, one
okay.
step at a time.
Now, Mr. Raymond, one of the issues we have, let's look at personality now, ability to save, because Mr. Sam said it did say something about savings, but it's like we have that capacity to do so.
Okay.
What is saving all about, and why is it important? Do you save for certain things or for uncertainties? Why do
Okay.
people? Why should people save?
Okay. Okay. Reasons. First of all, what saving is all about. Saving is about taking a portion of your income. It could be monthly income. It could be weekly income. You've decided that, okay, if my salary is 50,000 naira, I'll be saving 20,000 naira out of this money monthly. Okay, and you preserve that money. Those days some people used to save in a piggy bank, or there are different funds, but now
Yeah.
save in banks. Some people still keep piggy banks these days, and you put that money in the
Well,
bank.
please describe the piggy bank. Let people know for common.
Piggy bank may
Yeah.
have different. It comes in different shapes and sizes.
Something like box.
Yes, like box.
You
A
create a
wooden.
hole,
Yes, these carpenters used to use nail, and they create the box,
and
and
the
they
bo-
make a hole in it. You can be dropping your coins or your money, whatever amount you plan to save in the piggy bank. So now the benefit of saving is that there are times when certain things come up. Somebody may come to you, or you may have information and say, oh, this person is putting up this property for sale. He wants to travel abroad, or he has a need, an urgent need, and he's selling this thing at a very cheap price. It's someone that has saved that will be able to leverage on that opportunity and be able to achieve it. That is how people become successful. You don't wait for opportunities to come your way, and if they come and you are not prepared
not ready.
for it. So saving helps you, enables you to be prepared for any opportunity that comes up. Now, another benefit of saving is that once, like she talked about setting goals, and once you have set goals, okay, the money, the portion of money that you have planned to save, in fact, enables you to achieve those goals. These are that's another benefit of saving. It enables you to achieve those goals. Without saving, or without having a good saving culture, you will fail in achieving your set objectives. And like she said, sometimes there are a lot of distractions. You may go out, and when returning home, you just see something nice, maybe a nice cloth, and you want to buy, and you remember that you have plans that out of the 50,000 you are earning, you'll be saving 20,000 naira, and 30 goes for feeding, transportation, and expenditure.
Right.
If you are self-disciplined, you will not take that portion of money
Self-
to buy the
self-discipline.
Yes, you have to
The
be
key.
self-disciplined, and you have to be also, in terms of money, you have to be disciplined in terms of managing money, because there will always be things that will come to prevent you from saving. But then, so you need to be disciplined.
Okay, there are certain things that will come for you not to save your money.
Yes.
Then you need to be disciplined.
you have
So,
to be
what
disciplined.
do you mean by that?
Like
Have you ever
sometimes.
heard of urgent 2K?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes
Urgent
somebody
5K
may
from
meet,
people.
yes,
Yeah.
it's common. You just meet somebody and say, oh, I need this money, I need this money. I'm not saying you should be stingy.
Right.
I'm not saying you should be stingy, but then if it is out of your budget, yes, somebody will tell you that I didn't plan for this.
Okay.
Okay, because you have a plan you are working with. Okay, it's out of your budget. Issues like sicknesses may come up. In those cases, those situations are very serious situations. In those cases, you can compromise, because it has to do with life and death.
Okay.
And your savings will also even help you to
For the
survey
fact that
situation.
nobody plans to be sick.
Now,
Yes.
it's about the family. It's about personality. Now, when it comes to saving, do you subscribe the idea where husband and wife should have the same bank account or save together?
No, why not?
Is you subscribe to the idea
Yeah, it's
that
not a bad
a
idea.
husband and wife should have the same bank account?
It's not a bad idea at all. It's all about understanding.
If you trust your spouse,
Yes.
okay,
Because,
but it's not
sometimes-
compulsory.
No, it's not.
But would you
compulsory.
advise? Okay, okay.
It's not compulsory, but there's no. I don't see anything wrong with it. Like I said, if you trust your spouse enough, and of course you have both of you will have both be signatory to the account.
Okay.
Yeah, you will both be signatory in the sense that one cannot sign without the
Others.
other. Yeah, yeah.
What about if your spouse is materialistic? Would you? Okay, it depends on the spouse you're dealing with.
That's what That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay.
Yes, exactly. It depends on if you trust your spouse enough, and if it's two signatories to the account, you can't.
Okay.
There's no how one will go withdraw.
So how can the
without
family?
other.
How can the family save? Because there are families that will just at the end of the year nothing to show.
Yes.
You've seen that nothing to
That's
show.
why
That's
savings-
exactly
Yeah,
that was why
yeah,
that
just
was why he
nothing to
talked
show
about
for
yes.
for it. The
Yes, a
husband
lot,
and wife,
a lot.
the husband will technically ask the
A
wife,
lot.
"Do you save anything?" The wife will
Yes.
say, "You are the man now. You're supposed to do the same way." And the man will say, "You are the wife. What have you been doing with the money?"
Just
you
like
have been,
Raymond has said,
mm.
yes, savings is good because you save for the
Rainy
for tomorrow,
days. Yeah.
on the day of the unknown. You don't know
Mm.
what will happen. Like he has said, it could be illness, sickness, which nobody prays for. But this is life. It happens.
Yes.
All right. And when you save, there are always things that come up, distractions. I call them distractions.
Okay.
That's things that will come urgent, like I have said, urgent 2K, urgent 5K. You may have friends, relatives, colleagues that need your help. Like he has said, not that you should be stingy, because of course, in this time we have also said that you should be helpful to any if you are capable. You know, if you have the means to be able to support anybody in any way, we encourage you.
But it's not compulsory though.
That is if it suits you, if you can,
Okay.
if you have the means to be able to assist. If your assistance to that person does not mean you like totally going out of your way of you
What
know
you're
what
doing,
you yes your own goals, because after all it's what was it called, help your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself.
Yes.
You get
Love your
yes,
neighbor as
or
yourself.
rather thank you, love your neighbor as yourself. You have to first of all love yourself before you can. If you don't even know how to love yourself, you won't even know how to love anyone else around you. So love, show yourself some love, then extend it and show others, people around you, your neighbors, your extended family, love.
Now, the year has come. I know a lot of people have these New Year resolutions, especially in family. Some people have the personal decision they have already made up their mind to take. I made mention of divorce. We laugh about it, but we know that realities are there.
Yeah.
Some people have made up their mind to say, "Oh, this year I'm going to do it with this man. I'm going to do it with this woman. This year." In fact, some of them are already planning getting a lawyer, contacting lawyers to do it with their marriage because they feel marriage is not necessary due to the what they are going through. What is your take on that? What advice? Because do you have for such people with that negative vibe? Let me put it that way.
That people that want to divorce.
Yeah, there are people that want to have these plans. We cannot be talking about good things.
Okay.
I know it's good to talk about good things, but there are people that already have bad vibes that I'm talking about now to execute certain
Okay,
things. Yes,
On the area of
not to
divorce
give up. Yeah, in their
or-
marriage,
or-
maybe.
or separation. Like my stand on that always is keep your home by all means. Keep your marriage. Stay.
Well, what do you mean by all means?
I'm going there.
Okay, yeah, right.
Try as much as possible to make it work.
Okay.
But the only aspect, like you already know, I believe you know, because
know.
I've said that over
Over
and
and
over
over.
here, is when you feel you are threatened, your life is threatened, you are not safe, there's domestic violence.
Okay.
That's when I say, take a bow.
Take a bow.
Take a bow.
It can also
As
mean
far-
new beginning.
When I say, yeah, of course, sure.
Okay.
If you have been accommodating or bearing domestic violence, or you are living with a narcissist as a husband or as a wife, because it's not only men that are narcissists, there could be women that are equally like that, and you feel that it has gotten to a point where you are so threatened and you are so traumatized you cannot cope with it anymore. Yes, when I say you find a way, like I always say also, even on the fact that you should take a bow from when you have domestic or encountering domestic violence, all right? The bow I say is like get separated, get your family members involved, your spiritual fathers or whoever your spouse respects and all that. If by the time you undergo that and it's still not working, then you take your decision you feel is best in your interest.
All right, listen, in case you're just tuning in, you're to the program Homemaker on our Forces Radio. And of course, my guest is well known to many of you, Mrs. Elizabeth Sam Sedi, founder of Pure Heart Family Development Foundation, right in Abuja. Also have with me Mr. Raymond Nambangi, all right, right in the building. Of course, you've said so much. I'm giving up some awesome expositions on the topic we are looking at today, talking about the new beginning. Yes, it has to also do with new resolutions,
Yes,
but
starting afresh, yeah.
facing afresh. But there are prices to pay. But let's see how it works. Let's want to open the phone line now to make your contributions regards to what we have discussed so far. The number to call is 090 975 29699.
And also let our listeners know that we are live on
Okay.
we are live on Facebook.
Okay,
We are
okay.
live on Facebook and Instagram and even YouTube. So if you are listening, you can look for us at Pure Heart Family. On Facebook, on YouTube, Pure Heart is one word, Pure Heart Family. You can watch us live even as you are hearing the sound of our voice right now. On YouTube is Pure Heart TV. So we are live.
All right, the number to call to be part of the program is 090 975 29699. 090 975 29699. You can also call us on 0806 396 3643. 0806 396 3643. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Okay, it's evening. Okay, anyway, go on. What's the number I'm calling from? Okay, sorry, we lost the call. Okay. Somebody send a very okay. I'm gonna try to say hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, where is the name where calling from?
My name is Comrade Yosi Jobu.
All right.
I'm calling from Maranaba, National State.
Okay, it's nice to have you on the program.
And I'm a regular listener of your program.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I really enjoy the program.
Thank you.
Very, very educative.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Now, someone texts us says, it's me and Becca from Jukwe trying to, on my own strength, to pleasing God, but nothing works. For I don't know what is the problem. It brings pain in my heart.
Oh, so
And I have become a reproach. I want God to come
Oh.
to help me. A story
sad.
came in a few days ago where a lady committed suicide. I don't know if you saw the story and put up a letter that she's tired of life.
Oh.
That was one of these bank in Lagos. You've seen the story?
Yeah, that was last year.
No, last 2 weeks ago
Oh, okay.
in Lagos State.
Another
Yeah,
one.
you
Okay.
done another one recently.
Oh.
What is your take on just committing suicide due to the fact that you're going through?
Very
Because
sad.
I just remember, as
Yes.
I read this text, I remember now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very sad. Just like Emeka, he
Mm.
said he has become a reproach.
Mm.
Oh, that's sad. Emeka, be encouraged. All right. I believe we are here today for people like you that have tried. Like we were discussing even before we came live or came on air. That there are times people really try. You know, people try hard, and at times it's as if they are not trying hard enough, but they are really trying. Yeah, it's as if nothing is working. That's why, like, I will encourage that we walk side by side with God this year. How?
Continue.
Yes, is well, you know, when you work so hard, you make so much effort, and it's as if you are not achieving. You know, and you are become you are dependent on a lot of people, maybe your family members, your friends, and you become a liability. It's for an adult. It's sad.
Yes,
It's bad.
it's frustrating.
All right. But what I would say is keep striving, Emeka, and whoever it is that is in that same position right now. And like you have said, things that are leading people to commit suicide. All right. Don't give up. It is wrong. It is not right to commit suicide. Keep doing what you do and walk side by side with God. When I say you should walk side by side with God, trust God. Trust God. Do just the many times we put our trust on men to help us and assist us, they fail us. Men will always fail. Men will always disappoint. All right. But yes, you don't have a job to do. Like I always counsel, I say volunteer. And do
Voluntary
something. Yes,
work.
do a voluntary work. You are not.
How do you go about that?
Yes, look for anything that you could in a school, in a hospital, anything actually, and whatever.
In a restaurant, in a
maybe
restaurant.
in a restaurant.
At least you see you are entitled to free food.
Yes.
Not for,
All right. It is a very bad thing for an adult to be an adult and he's not working. He doesn't earn a living. He doesn't have any financial income. It's bad. So rather than just stay and be a reproach, just like Emeka has said, all right, volunteer to do things. When you are volunteering in anywhere closest to you, like we have mentioned, restaurant, school, hospital, anywhere, all right, do it for free. You are not foolish. You are not doing it out of foolishness. You are doing it because that skill that you have, that you are displaying in that place, a time will come, somebody will see you. That's why I said walk with God. God will project you. Somebody will come one day and notice that skill, that thing that you feel you are doing for free, and it will get you involved in in a manner that you will begin probably employ you or know somewhere that needs that skill that you are giving free of charge, somewhere that you can go to where you can be paid for it. You understand? Or probably that same restaurant or that hospital or that school, maybe they have vacancy and you are already there doing a volunteer work, and they're already used to you already. You are like a colleague already. So if they have such a vacancy in that place, you are the first person they will consider before they consider outsiders.
Okay.
So that's one way.
There's advantage you have.
Yes, exactly. That's
doing
an
a voluntary
advantage.
job.
Exactly, doing a voluntary job.
I'll come back to you, Mr. Raymond. Okay, hello, good evening. Oh, we lost the call. Network is poor. That's why people can't call in. But just keep trying. Probably text us via the phone number I've just read for you: 090 975 29699. Now, a new year's come. Some people have stayed out home without doing anything, jobless. Sometimes not just because the jobs are not there, but selecting jobs when my graduates. Let me not just. I want you to say more things in line with that.
Okay, sorry, I would have.
Okay, before that, let's see. Hello, good evening. Hello? Good evening. What's your network calling from? Hello, good evening. What's your network calling from? Sorry, we lost the call, but just the call back. Sorry about that. So.
Okay. I want to first of all, say to Emeka that we share your pain, and I want Emeka to understand that he is very important. Sometimes people commit suicide, like he said, he's becoming a reproacher. They feel like they are worthless. When you try your best and your best is not good enough, they feel like they are worthless. They feel like, there was a time I had that feeling, especially for a guy, for a young man that wants to be successful, that has a lot of dreams and everything is shattering. It's terribly frustrating. So what I did was that I thought of the lives I have impacted. I thought of somebody that became successful in his studies because I put in effort. I did not give up on that person. And because of that, I encouraged myself and I said, I am not useless. So I want Emeka to think of the things, the people he has affected or he has impacted their life. It may be very small, but to that person is big. That person is surviving because Emeka was there for that person. And there are lots of people in his family or around him that are looking up to him. So he cannot afford to give up at this time of his life. So when people think of committing suicide, it's not an option.
Hello, good evening. Yes, where is the network calling from? Okay, what is your network calling from? Yes, I can hear you. Go on. I wish you could speak up. I wish you could speak up. Your voice is fainting. Okay.
Okay.
Like the issue of Omega, not because for any reason. My grandfather always says, you think your house is far, another person's house is moving. If you think you have an issue, there's another person's issue that is far more than yours.
Yes.
You know what, my thing, like me, not of a place for not to advise you. Or for like that, where there is nothing, nobody to run to, nothing else, nothing. You don't have to figure out the truth. It's God on my side.
Okay, we can
Thank
hear
you.
you. Okay, thank you very much.
Because by my side, I have to figure out our time. There is no just like our sister has said that. I do that was how I was able to get.
All right, thank you very much. Sorry, that was a wonderful contribution. That was still taking you to selecting jobs
Okay.
as a graduate or you're jobless. Should it even be anything like I'm jobless?
They
You know,
shouldn't.
it shouldn't be anything like
They
I'm jobless.
shouldn't. One thing most people fail to understand is that no knowledge is a waste, right? So you can do make use of what you have, what life has thrown on you. They say if life throws stones on you, use it to raise an altar.
Right.
What it means is that what it has given you, use it to make the best out of it. If you find yourself in a place where, let's say, you wanted to be a minister, and then you are surrounded by maybe carpenters or Okada riders, learn how to ride Okada.
Right.
Do it for a living. Through that, it says God will bless the works of our hands. Whatever you find your hands doing, whatever, that is where your blessing will come through. So you must not choose job. And whatever thing you are doing temporarily, you may need that skills to become what you ought to be in future.
So-
Right.
So that period is a period of training you and preparing you, equipping you for what you ought to
Also be.
become in future. So you don't neglect any opportunity that
Right.
life throws at you.
Right.
And this may be the last caller. Hello, good evening. What's your name? Where calling from? What is your name? Where calling from?
I'm calling from Tanzania.
From Warri,
Yes.
Delta State.
No, I don't think.
Hello? No, it's possible.
He said worry.
Oh.
It's a word. No,
Do you
people
reach
do.
that far?
People come from Enugu. People come from Enugu, Lagos.
Wow.
No, but it's true.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
people
nice.
come from Enugu, Lagos State. I've done a couple of programs where people come from Lagos, Enugu. People come from different states like that. Yeah, but that's the truth. Yeah, yeah. Who they call? Okay, so right. Let's see. Okay, what is your
Yeah.
what's your last step before we round off?
Well, the era we're in, times are hard.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, times are hard. And we are talking about skill acquisition, getting volunteer work and all that, because there are actually really no jobs. But and in this new year, people really need to look into these things that we are talking about. You know,
Okay.
either going out there, maybe you are a graduate, maybe you are even beyond the graduate, you are a master's, you know, you owe a master's degree, and maybe even more. And the jobs, the white collar jobs are not there, and you have a family, you are a man, you have a wife and children, you have children to feed. What do you
Relatives
do?
that look up to you.
Exactly. What do you do? It's frustrating. That's why you see that a lot of it gets people into depression. They get depressed, and before you know it, they start having suicidal thoughts.
Not totally.
Yes, if it goes like that. But just like we have said, please do it for free. Start from there. You're doing it for free doesn't make you foolish. So that it's like you are showcasing yourself, showcasing your talent, because taking yourself to the world now, to the public, to say this is whom I am, this is what I'm capable of doing. I can actually do this, even though, you know, I've not been privileged or given the opportunity.
To do it.
But so find a way to push yourself out there, showcase what you can do, let people know, so that when the need arises for whatever it is you are doing that voluntary work, all right, it may not be easy. Or like he has said, you could even just decide to learn how to ride an Okada, even as a master's degree holder, so that at least you can put food on the table for your family.
People laugh at you.
Ex-
People laugh at you.
Do you care about laugh?
Those people will not help you.
Those people will not provide food for your children when you come home and they are crying.
All right, listener. Whatever has a beginning, definitely will have an end.
Right.
Thank you very much, listener. We may not be able to pick calls. Honestly, the network couldn't allow us to move, to respond to calls. Thank you very much, Elizabeth Samsedi, Miss Elizabeth Samsedi. She is a founder of Pure Heart Family Development Foundation right here in Abuja. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Hope.
Okay, Mr.
So
Raymond
our listeners
Nabangi.
must be hopeful
Yeah,
this year.
thank you. Okay, good. All right, so that's how far we can go today's edition of the program Hope Maker. It's not that network is free, but sorry, unfortunately, we'll not be able to pick calls again. And this is how far we can
And
go
they should not
today's edition of
forget
the
to
program.
follow us on our social media, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Pure Heart Family.
All right.
At Pure Heart Family.
All right, so thank you very much. Do join us next Saturday from 4:30 p.m. for another edition of the program Homemaker. I love you, God loves you most. Bye-bye.
No, I didn't.
Callers are
No.
about to turn from Christmas.
I